of Creative Faith, and today I have the most exciting package ever. Like, I feel like this is one of the top 3 Creative Faith moments for me, and I cannot wait to show you what's inside. So if you have been around here for any length of time, you know I love sweet and sassy stamps. I have a blog post full of my favorite stamps. I have a video of my favorite stamps, as well as a playlist, and I'll link all that below. And Corinne, the owner, reached out to me about using some of my designs in some sweet and sassy stamps, and so the package arrived, and I thought it'd be really fun to film me opening it for the first time and seeing what's inside. So I was so excited to see this fun little teal package arrive in the mail, and here we go. Oh my gosh. So this has been we've been waiting for this for a while. So ta-da! Wow! And she sent 2, one for me. I have one for one of you guys. So be sure you're following me over on Instagram at Creative Faith Co. I'm gonna give one away there. But look at it! Isn't that so awesome? Let me put it. Maybe, is that easier to see? So some of these cactus images come from my Seasons of Prayer spring printable, and so we use some of those, and then I have this new bigger cactus image, and then also have some different texture stamps as well as flowers. So you can use the flowers and add them on top of the cactus images, the existing one, so it's like the cactus is blooming. And then you can also use the little texture stamps and flowers to draw your own cactus image, and then use the texture on top and add the flowers on top as well. So we thought that would be something really fun and kind of interactive. And then the new life and hope is actually my hand lettering. Isn't that the coolest thing? Oh my goodness. And then Corinne created some other words. So you can make lots of different phrases and put together different phrases, right? Like the Lord gives me new life, hope, the Lord renews my thirsty soul, there's lots of different things, my dry soul, and you have A down here. So there's lots of different phrases that you guys can put together, and I just can't believe it's here. So there is one other thing that I wanted to share too. Oops, I'm making a mess. And it is a die cut image as well. So this is really neat. You do need to have one of those little die cut machines for it. And so you take this and you put it on top of paper and crank it through the machine. And these are the shapes of the stamps. And so this is really neat because you could stamp one of the cactus images and then use one of the flower images on top in a piece of red paper, pink paper, and then it will stick off the cactus image, and you could kind of stamp it on different shades of green or things like that and layer. And so I am really excited to play around with this die cut set as well. And I will have both of these linked in the description box below so you guys can pick them up on the Sweet and Sassy Stamps website and get one. I am very excited to see how you're going to use it in your journals, in your Bible journals, and in your planners, and in all the different places. So stay tuned. I'm going to attach onto this video a video of me kind of playing with this and trying it out in my Bible and maybe in my planner as well. So I am so excited. This is a dream come true. So thank you, Corinne, and I can't wait for these to get in your hands. I am now going to share with you guys some different ideas of how to use the stamp set. So I was really nervous to use it for the first time, but I used it first in my planner. This is the Creative Faith New Adventures Undated Planner, and so each of the monthly setups looks like this. And so this was kind of my final result. I used them kind of all over the page, and I think it looks super, super cute. And then on this one, I did end up adding some flowers sticking off of it. And so now I have this blank piece of paper that I'm going to show you guys a few different ways of how to use it. So one of the first ways is the way I just showed you, and it's to have to stamp the cactus image and then have one of the flowers coming off of it. So I thought we could try it with this. And a few different inks I like to use. I really like this VersaFine pigment ink. But this will bleed through like a Bible page. If you want something that doesn't really bleed through, this VersaMagic chalk ink does a good job not bleeding through like the planner pages and stuff. So let me show you. You can just barely see the outline. It didn't bleed through at all. So the chalk ink is a really awesome option. All right, so we are first going to stamp down our cactus image. If it's a new stamp, it's a good idea to kind of get it, rub it on your hand. I don't really know why, but I see a lot of people doing it. And then put it down in the ink. Make sure it got all inked up, and then push it down. So cute. And then I'm just using a baby wipe to clean it off. I want to make sure these stamps are clean. So now we are going to add a flower to it, and I wanted to add this little guy here. And so just do the same thing, and then just really carefully line it up. You can have it come off the top. I think I'm gonna have it come off the side a little bit. Oh, it looks so cute. The little flower bursting off of it. Another idea would be to stamp the cactus image in black and then stamp, I'm just gonna peel that all off, and then stamp the flower in colored ink. So let's try that out now. I'm gonna use the big boy. And we'll ink this one up. Making sure all the ink is on it. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's so cool to use a stamp set that has my images on it. I love it. So I'm gonna put that aside, and I think I'll use this one coming off of it. So I'm going to maybe pull this pink. Oh, it's my first time using this one. And And then we'll have, oh, that's so pretty. Have it coming off. In a few places. I love it. So that's oops, sorry guys. That's another kind of fun way to use it, is stamping the flower in a color and the main cactus in black and white. You could also stamp the cactus in green if you wanted. Let's maybe try that. Maybe I'll do tea leaves. And it'll stamp this in green and see how that looks. I haven't done that before. I love these little chalk inks because they're way, way easier to use, I feel. So I'll stamp that down in green. Ooh, I love that. Just clean it off. And I think what I'll do is actually stamp the flower separately in a color and then cut it out and glue it to the top, I think is what I'll do. So there is a die cut set. A friend is sending me a die machine. So you can use this in a die machine and it will cut it out for you. So you can see they fit on top, and then there's the little flower dies as well, which is really neat. So you don't have to cut them out if you buy this in the bundle or on its own. So I think, which flower do I want? I think I want to use this guy. And let me get a little piece of scrap paper. Let's see, what color should I use? Maybe I'll use this pink. And we're gonna stamp it on here. And I will link a video. My friend Lindsay, her YouTube and Instagram is Lindsay Decor. She has a whole video about how to use a die machine. And she said you can either stamp and then cut it out with the die machine, or cut it out with the die machine and then stamp. Ooh, that is beautiful. But since the machine is not here yet, I'm just going to use a pair of little scissors and cut it out. Juan and I actually got these little scissors at an antique store, which is kind of fun. So don't feel like you have to have a die cut, but it definitely would make it easier and faster, I think. And it would be really cute to stamp a bunch of these and cut them out and use them like as a border on the top and bottom of your page if you wanted. There we go. And so then you can, oops, I guess I shouldn't have done it quite so close to the edge, but you can add the flower to the top. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue and add the flower to the top. And it'd look really cool if it was on a colored background, if you had colored the background with something. Or you could go in afterwards and use like markers or colored pencils to color the background blue with like the sky or something. So another idea I wanted to share with you guys is kind of creating your own cactus. So say you wanted to kind of use the cactus imagery, but you wanted it much larger than the stamp set. So what you could do is sketch out a cactus image. So I just did a really basic cactus image. And so there's a bunch of different texture stamps that you guys can use to kind of create your own cactus. And so I think I might start by stamping the flower and then do the texture. So I think I'll do it that way. So I really liked this brighter pink from that. I thought that looked really cool. So I'm gonna stamp the flower first. It's like a hair bow. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm sorry if you're tired of me saying that, but it's a very, very exciting day around here. So I now have my flower. And then I'm going to grab a little Post-it. To use as sort of a mask. Although actually, maybe I could just, no. So I'm going to use this as kind of a mask as I'm adding the texture. And so I think I'm going to use this texture. The little, what are those things on the cactus? The little like spurs. Alright, and I really liked the green. I thought that was really cool. So I'm going to stamp the texture and then kind of mask off a little section using the sticky notes. Stamp it down. Now you could definitely have it coming off the edge because the cactus images are normally like that, but I wanted it to just kind of be nestled inside the cactus for this. And so you could use any of the texture stamps in here to create your own cactus, which I think is really cool. DIY create your own cactus kit. I'm just kind of puzzle piecing it together. Filling in the cactus. And then you could kind of use this to, you could cut out this image afterwards and glue it onto a Bible page, or I know a lot of people do like the faith text cards. So I hope this video is just kind of giving you guys a few different ideas on how to use it. I'd love to hear in the comments below what is your favorite way that I shared today. So fun. And then I would probably like use a black pen to outline it and color in the pot. spot that it's in as well. And then one more way that I was going to show you guys is one of my favorite techniques. I love smooshing. Maybe I'll do it on here actually. I love using this technique to create backgrounds on my pages. So I have this little bit of cardstock, and so I'm going to use the same, actually maybe I'll use a darker green to mix it up. So these chalk inks react with water, and you could use the same technique with watercolors or neo colors, and I like using a stamp backer. And then I have to find where I put my little spray bottle. I redid my craft room. Oh, there it is. So I'm not as good at finding things. So this is a little mini mister, and then you just get that wet and you smoosh it onto your page. Ooh! Alright, let me... I'm kind of making more of a mess than I thought I would. And it's a little bit browner than I thought. But I think I could go over it with this. Just dry it real fast. So I'm using green because that kind of like represents the cactus to me. But it kind of turned out more browny than I would have hoped. Let's see if this will fix it. I don't know if it will, but we'll try. It's a little bit greenier. Oh yeah. That looks much better. So I love using this and doing this with like backgrounds on pages. And so we're going to use it as the background of one of the cactus images. So you could do this on your Bible page directly if you wanted, or you could do it on a piece of scrap paper like this. And then cut it out and use it. So I'm going to use this one. I haven't used this yet. Oops, sorry. Alright, how many times am I going to knock the camera? Forgive me, please. Alright, so we have the cactus all stamped, and then I'm going to just put it on top. So cute! So I can cut that out now and use it in my Bible. Or I could write a verse next to it and turn it into like a little journaling card. So some neat ways to play with it. And I was gonna do a process video in my Bible in this video as well, but it's getting a little bit long. So I think we'll save that for a different time, a different day. So that is a few different ways of how to use the stamp. And I cannot wait for these to get in your hands. I'd love to hear in the comments below which idea you liked best. And be sure to check out the links in the description box below to pick up the stamp set, the die set, the bundle, and check out my blog post that has the list of ideas. It has a list of different Bible verses that you guys could use to kind of go over these themes. So lots of resources in the description box below. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any Creative Faith videos. And I cannot wait to see what you guys do with the new Thirsty Soul stamp set. See you guys in the next video. Bye!